Welcome back and thanks for joining us here for the 11 o'clock news. I'm Jolles. First up tonight, a suspect is in custody after a person is killed at a hotel in Hillsborough. It all happened at the Extended Stay America Hotel off Northeast Cornell Road near Stuckey Avenue. According to Hillsborough police, officers first responded to a report of gunshots right around 5 p.m. When they got there, they found a person dead. They then took a suspect into custody, and now a homicide investigation is underway. We spoke with a woman who was staying at the hotel with her family, and she says the gunfire happened right outside her room.
I heard just the loudest, deafening bang outside the door, and I looked at my son, and he looked at me, and then just like 5 additional, just like bang, 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 bang. And we were like, those are gunshots. And so I grabbed him, I grabbed my dog, I ran into the bathroom.
She says she crawled out to call 911 while her son and dog hid in the bathtub. The same woman told us she and her family had chatted with both people involved in this incident over the past 3 weeks and never expected something like this.
They seemed like really cool people. It's just really, really awful that, you know, I know whatever it was over, it was nothing worth it. It was nothing worth it, but it was very traumatizing for everybody.
She provided us with video of officers taking the suspect into custody. Police say there is no danger to the public, but an investigation is ongoing. We'll keep a close eye on this situation and bring you the latest as we learn more. Cougar sightings in Oregon are nothing new, but when those calls come from a neighborhood and not on a hiking trail, they can be a lot more concerning. Fox 12's Dylan Scott is in Corvallis tonight, where one sighting happened way too close to home.
Residents in this wooded northwest Corvallis neighborhood say it's no surprise when deer and other wildlife show up pretty regularly. But when that activity brings a cougar to the community, that's a whole different conversation.
My gaze went farther and there was huge pause. And my heart stopped.
What started out as a little gardening work turned into a big surprise for Irina and Vladik Thursday afternoon when a juvenile male cougar took refuge with its prey right under their front porch.
I called 911 and asked what exactly I'm supposed to do in this case.
What did they say?
Just stay in the house and we'll show up.
It's one of many calls Corvallis Police and the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife have received regarding these sightings in the past day. A less than perfect guest in this quiet neighborhood.
I'm pretty scared to walk to my friend's house right now because she lives kind of like over by that area a little bit, and I'm kind of scared to see one.
I don't like cougars because they scare me, so I run. I guess, you don't run.
ODFW experts say, believe it or not, mountain lions mingle around human populations fairly often, more recently being captured on surveillance and ring cam footage.
To keep in mind is Oregon is cougar country. There are lots of cougars in Oregon, and it is not unusual for a cougar to be in this specific area.
However, there are always concerns in neighborhoods with small children or pets. So she says to use a heightened sense of caution, especially in uncommon instances when pumas are seen multiple times during the day.
They'll often retreat if they're given the opportunity, so just make sure that you are giving them the space to do that. Don't corner them, and if you do encounter a cougar, most importantly, just stay calm and don't run.
Fish and Wildlife, along with CPD, say they're monitoring the situation and will trap and remove the animal if needed, but hope it will simply get tired of suburban life and move back into nature shortly.
I have to take my dog out in the morning, and I'm definitely looking around a little bit to make sure there's nothing there.
Our neighbors down there have kids and they always play outside. It is scary.
In Corvallis, Dylan Scott, Fox 12 Oregon.
Wow, that's terrifying, Dylan. Thank you. Well, Portland police are investigating vandalism at the Oregon Jewish Museum and Center for Holocaust Education. The museum tells us on Tuesday their building was vandalized with swastikas drawn on the front doors inside of the building. The museum notified police and have shared photos and security footage to help catch the suspect. Police are now investigating it as a bias crime. The museum shared a statement saying they condemn anti-Semitism and all acts of intimidation and bigotry. It went on to say, quote, "The vandalism the museum endured is a painful reminder of why our work matters and why we must continue it with strength and clarity, exploring the legacy of the Jewish experience in Oregon, teaching the enduring and universal relevance of the Holocaust, and providing opportunities for intercultural conversations." The museum says this act will make their dedication to stand against hate even stronger. A suspect caught on camera is accused of breaking into the Bird Alliance of Oregon's Wildlife Care Center on Northwest Cornell Road and releasing several birds early Thursday morning. The suspect appears in the security footage shortly after midnight on Thursday. Officials with the Bird Alliance of Oregon say the suspect broke into 2 outdoor enclosures, releasing 9 birds that were not ready for release. A pile of American kestrel feathers was found at the base of a tree, suggesting a predator attacked a bird before it could escape alive.
It just takes so much for these little injured animals to get to the place that they were, only to have that taken away from them.
The suspect also tossed around supplies, including gloves, masks, and kennels, and was seen on camera slapping what appears to be a bullwhip on a tree. The Bird Alliance says they're exploring new safety options, such as on-site security, to avoid incidents like this in the future. Bird Alliance of Oregon is working with the Portland Police Bureau during the investigation. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife has also been notified. A man that was convicted and spent nearly 10 years in jail for a crime he didn't commit was officially granted a certificate of innocence today. This is the first time anyone in the state has been given such a certificate. Marion County issued it to Nicholas McGuffin. He was convicted of first-degree manslaughter back in 2011 for the murder of a 15-year-old, which was later overturned in 2019 after it came out that law enforcement didn't disclose key information in the case. The judge also ordered that McGuffin's arrest and records connected to the case be sealed. Unfortunately, though, the suspect in this case is still at large tonight. The victim, Leah Freeman, went missing in 2000. Her body was found in a wooded area outside of Coquille with no witnesses to her disappearance. If you know anything about this case, call the Coos County Sheriff's Office. Well, a traffic alert to tell you about tonight. This is a live look from Terwilliger Boulevard and I-5, where lane closures are underway over the weekend. The right lane of I-5 northbound between Southeast Terwilliger and Corbett Avenue is closing from 8 o'clock tonight, and it won't reopen until 6 o'clock Monday morning. ODOT is installing new speed signs along the interstate. Officials say they're meant to improve safety and traffic flow by providing drivers with real-time traffic information. A second lane will also close between 10:30 p.m. until 5 a.m. each night. All ramps will stay open, though, but you might see delays in the area over the weekend. A TikToker with more than 17 million followers, known for his food critiques, has made his way to Portland. Former MMA fighter and viral food critic Keith Lee is already shaking up the Portland food scene with his reviews, driving his followers to check out what Portland has to offer. Fox 12's Michaela Armstrong checked out his latest stops.
Food critic Keith Lee is known for his viral takes on food that drive major business to restaurants that many call the Keith Lee effect. Now that he has reviewed some restaurants here in Portland, those restaurants say that couldn't be more true.
I was like, oh, I think things are about to change for us.
Rachel Cambridge says that was her reaction when she learned food critic Keith Lee not only stopped by Indonesian restaurant Gado Gado, but rated it a 10. His first 10 in months.
His review was so incredible and was amazing to listen to, and such an honor to receive a 10 from him. There's so much hard work that goes into making this food, and it just made us so proud.
She says hours after his social media post, the restaurant was packed and has been that way since.
It's completely transformative for us right now.
Oh, it's a great day.
Deanna Nelson of Keys Loaded Kitchen says ever since Lee reviewed her business, she's experienced the same and was nervous to see where she landed on the scale.
The police don't even make me nervous, but boy, I was shaking him up. I was shaking.
The highest Lee scored Nelson's food was a 9, and he celebrated her barbecue that some drove hours just to taste.
I don't know much about TikTok. I just saw it and I'm like, oh, let's try that.
However, when they arrived, the Keith Lee effect had already taken hold, and Nelson was all sold out.
So it took us 2 hours to get here, and I don't know. We're looking for someplace else to eat now, but I don't know if they can compare with the barbecue that's here.
Nelson says she couldn't be happier about the boom in business.
We had so many newcomers today, so many first-timers, and they were pulling up their phones. They had Keith Lee on their phone. They want to take a picture with me, of course, because they see me on Keith Lee's TikTok. So I was just grateful.
So is the Keith Lee effect real in Portland? Nelson says yes.
He's just that guy. Even though people try to hate and say that he ain't, he is. He is that guy.
It is unclear where Keith Lee will stop next year in Portland, but we did reach out to Keith Lee and did not hear back. In Northeast Portland, Michaela Armstrong, Fox 12 Oregon.
All right, let's check in with Camilla Ortiz now. Look at your forecast. Camilla, hotter today.
Yep.
But the next few days just look perfect.
Yeah,
so.
really beautiful stuff. We'll build in a few more clouds over the next few days, so that'll help cool us down too. Nice night out there, though. It's 70 degrees from our Maryhill tasting room and bistro camera. Mostly clear skies over the city. And here's where our observed high temperatures ended up today. So we hit 86 at Portland. At the Portland airport, I should say, upper 80s for Salem and Eugene. Very comfortable along the coast, 60s to the low 70s there, and upper 80s in Central Oregon. So we were a couple degrees warmer than average today. Tonight, we think those lows will be around 60 west of the Cascades. Eastern Oregon looks like the scattered storms are pretty much done at this point. So what's next in the forecast? Well, we're going to be cooler this weekend. We'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Cloudier to start the day over the next several days. But again, we will see sunshine mixing in there as well. And any more thunderstorms will stay east of the Cascades. Not expecting quite as many this weekend in Central and Eastern Oregon. Certainly no severe weather expected. All right, so here's your weekend planner for the Portland area. Just a beautiful weekend, low 80s we think tomorrow. And then Sunday I do think will stay a little bit cloudier, and models are indicating we'll be staying in the 70s too. So I'll take you through that 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, looking forward to it, Camilla. Thank you. We're partnering with Fred Meyer for the Fox 12 Hunger Free Project, highlighting organizations that help to make sure no one goes hungry. And today, Fred Meyer provided a big boost for one of those groups, the Clark County Food Bank,
who today is accepting a $5,000 donation, ladies and gentlemen. That's big.
The $5,000 donation from Freddy's was presented today on stage at the Clark County Fair. We spoke with the fair CEO, who says the event has always been about serving the local community, and so it was the perfect venue for the announcement.
To me, it was an obvious answer yes when Fred Meyer said, could we do that at the fair? Because the fair's community, Fred Meyer's community, and the food bank's community.
According to the food bank, more than 25% of Clark County residents are experiencing hunger or food insecurity. To learn more about the Fox 12 Hunger Free Project, just head over to the Fox 12 News app. Well, still to come, you gotta see this. A bizarre attempt at towing a car causes a lot of damage to a business, and now police are looking for the couple responsible. Plus, 4 people are dead and a baby is discovered abandoned and alone in the summer heat. The latest on the case and the massive manhunt for the suspect.